NFL Week 1. What a crazy week in the NFL to begin the 2023 NFL season, and what a finish to the first week of this 2023. And what's going to be an epic NFL season. I can feel it in my bones, in my veins right now. I can feel it. This season's going to be epic, and I think that Monday Night Football game gave us just a little glimpse into what's to come. What's going on, BLV? It's Mitch here, live on a Monday night after Monday Night Football. The New York Jets lose Aaron Rodgers to an injury that could potentially put him out for a long time. We don't exactly know yet. There's rumors it could be an Achilles. It could be long-term. It could be for the season. But despite that, on 9/11, they come through for the city of New York on a punt return in overtime and beat the Buffalo Bills at home in a shocker. Wow. Wow. If you guys have never heard of this show, what this show is the bottom line. Yes, sir. It's the bottom line. Week 1 NFL review, recap, and rant central. That's right. I go through as many topics and games as I can, and I rant about what I noticed during week number 1. Glad to see everybody in the chat. Don't forget to Gronk spike the like button if you haven't already. If you're new, don't forget to subscribe. It's time for our week 1 review. And I think we got to kick it off with the New York Jets. The question is the New York Jets season dead, or is it alive? That is the question. Everybody thought that Aaron Rodgers going down was going to mean the end of the season for the New York Jets. But they still beat the Buffalo Bills. So the question is their season dead? I think it kind of is. I am hoping for a Zach Wilson redemption story. And for this football team to be able to come through in the way that they did is extremely impressive. It's very, very hard to see a player like Aaron Rodgers, who your entire offseason has been based around getting this guy, building an offense for this guy, molding a team, a coaching staff, a roster around this one individual, this Aaron Rodgers. And in the first few plays of the game, he gets injured in your very first game. Think about it for a second, guys. Just think about it. The New York Jets have not had a quarterback in I don't even know how long. I think the last time they had a respectable quarterback was Chad Pennington. There was maybe a brief moment with Ryan Fitzpatrick, maybe a brief moment with Mark Sanchez. This team hasn't had a decent quarterback in forever. This fan base was so pumped, so animated, so full of life and joy because Aaron Rodgers, 4-time MVP, Super Bowl champ, future Hall of Famer, signed to this team, got traded to this team. And in the first few plays of the first game, he gets hurt. Imagine being a player for this team. Everything you've heard, everything you've installed, Everything you got so excited about vanished, tarnished, ruined. And yet, they win the game. You know how hard this sport, people forget, right? People forget that this sport and all sports are human-based. People forget that there's emotion in these sports. It's hard to win a game sometimes when one side of the ball isn't playing well. When there's look at the New York Giants. We saw it on the same field the day before. Look at how the Giants just absolutely deflated after they got a kick blocked. Kick blocked, touchdown, and then they completely deflated. It was over. They just went home. The New York Jets had their quarterback, who's one of the greatest of all time, their hope and joy, and he gets hurt, and they still find a way to win. I mean, unbelievable. I kind of wish he was healthy because I wanted to see what it was going to look like. Early on, we only got 4 plays from Aaron Rodgers and that offense, but it looked bad. I'm just going to say that much. It looked bad. The Jets got a lot to figure out. Even if they had Aaron Rodgers, they would have had a lot to figure out from an offensive standpoint. They cannot block to save their lives. But that defense, man, we told you, right? Everybody told you, I feel like. The Jets have one of the greatest defenses in this sport. They're in the elite category. There are 4 elite defenses in the NFL. We're going to talk about every single one. There are 4. There are not 5. There are not 6. There are not 3. There are not 2. There are 4. The Cowboys, the Niners, the Patriots, and the Jets. Those are the 4 elite defenses, and any of those defenses against any opponent on a given day, on a Sunday, on a Monday, on a Thursday, is capable of winning that game by themselves. And the New York Jets defense basically won this game by themselves. What was the biggest critique of the Jets defense last year? And even I was critical of this. If you're going to be an elite defense, what do you have to do at a high level? You can't only stop them for not a lot of yards or not a lot of points. You got to make an impact and take the ball away. The Jets didn't do a good job last year of taking the football away. Look up the stats. They had a great defense, but they didn't take the ball away. So ultimately, they still had to win games through their offense most of the time. Today, Josh Allen played like a man that is on the Madden cover. Oh, wait. Hold on a second. Josh Allen is on the Madden cover. And he had not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 turnovers by Josh Allen. He looked like 2018, 2019 Joshua Allen in this game. Josh Allen was horrible in this game. Did he make some nice plays? Yes, he did. That one touchdown was a beauty. Scrambling to the right, making a guy miss, floating it out for his receiver, Stephon Diggs, in the end zone. Beautiful. There was a play where he pitched the ball to his, I don't know if it was a running back, receiver, I forgot. Either way, there was some nice throws in tight windows. Josh Allen's capable of all that. Some nice scrambles. But man, he made stupid decisions. You're playing a Jets defense that's mostly Jimmys and Joes over X's and O's. This is a defense that plays simple, but they want to play fast. So when you play a defense like this, you pretty much know the defense they're going to be in every time. And this type of Jets defense They've got a great pass rush. You got to get the ball out quick. You got to get the ball out as fast as you can. And you've got to take what the defense gives you. Josh Allen has fallen back into his old ways. Not willing to give what the defense, or take what the defense is giving him. He's trying to force it. He's trying to make the big play after big play. Josh Allen, you're playing Zach Wilson, brother. Zach Wilson's not going to score. As much as I want Zach Wilson to be a thing and have a redemption arc, this would be great television. He can't score. So take a page out of TB12's book and just throw the ball away. Throw it at the dirt when you don't got it. Run it when you can. Throw it to the open guy, but don't force anything. You don't need to force it. There's no reason. Take the field goal. Why? Why are we throwing it down the seam in double coverage, bro? What's the point of that? I don't understand this. He threw it into double coverage. I don't even know how many times today. And Jordan Whitehead, the former Tampa Bay Buccaneer, picked it off not one, not two, 3 times. 3. I mean, this was classic erratic Josh Allen. Erratic. Just all over the map. Craziness. I still can't believe, I'm sitting here, I'm talking about Josh Allen. I still can't believe Aaron Rodgers actually got hurt. Like, this offseason, I was talking about, and I can't believe this never came up. I guess, like, ESPN doesn't want to talk about that because the Jets are, like, their team and stuff, and they've been building them to the moon. They're on Hard Knocks. It's believable that an old man, 40 years old, gets hurt, and Aaron Rodgers is a fragile guy. He's gotten hurt before. It is totally believable, but the first game? In the first drive? I think it was the first drive, maybe the second. Holy, I thought he might get hurt this year. You never want to see a guy get hurt. But let's be fair. Aaron Rodgers, he's old. He's not Tom Brady. He doesn't have TB12 and eat avocado ice cream, okay? He's on some weird psychedelic drugs. All right, he's probably doing some things he shouldn't be doing. Just saying. He's a little fragile. We probably should have saw this coming. I'm just going to be honest. I hope he recovers. I hope he's back. It just sucks. Okay, it sucks. The Jets are probably toast without him. As good as their defense is, Breece Hall looked phenomenal tonight. I really doubted him coming off the knee surgeries. I thought, you know what? Only freaks named Adrian Peterson can actually be better after this injury. Breece Hall comes out. He hits not one, but 2 ridiculous runs in this game, early in this game. Garrett Wilson with an OBJ-like touchdown. That was incredible. Bobbles it in the air. Tight coverage from Tre'Davious White. Able to snatch it, bat it, and snatch it. You know what it reminded me of? It reminded me of the Jermaine Kearse catch. That's what it reminded me of. Man. Jets O-line, though, stinks. They need to fix that. Bills O-line, still not very good. Jets D-line, legit, as we thought. Jets coverage, legit. Okay, give some credit. Can we finally say, stop looking at the PFF grade? Okay, can we finally give Quincy Williams some credit? I was telling you guys, I think this guy's underrated. Nobody gives him any credit at all. I thought DJ Reed had a great game. Sauce didn't have his best game. Whitehead was great, obviously. I think Quinnen was great, but not his usual dominant self, I would say. But the rotation of the line was just relentless. That's the thing about having a deep rotation. They're just able to get after it constantly. But I thought the linebacker play for the Jets was great. Quincy Williams, I thought, was awesome. Offensively, for the Jets, I mean, nothing really stood out other than Breece Hall, the occasional run. Zach Wilson did make a couple throws in this game, for as much as Troy Aikman and our boy Joe Buck wanted to just bury Zach Wilson. Like, what was up with that, by the way? What was up with that? Like, they're standing up there, the camera's on them, and they're like, oh, they can't throw a forward pass today. Guys, this is Zach Wilson. We're not watching Justin Fields play. Come on. Jeez. He actually made a couple throws in the game. Diggs played good, despite a matchup that people didn't think, he would do very well. I thought Diggs played very well. No sighting. Actually, he was a leader in this game. No sighting of bad Diggs, upset Diggs. Diggs was actually really good. Yeah, I mean, wild game. Wild game. Punt return that maybe should have been called back, but still they would have won on a field goal anyways. Crazy, crazy ending. Credit the Jets. Tough matchup for Buffalo. If I'm the Bills, though, I'm not too worried. I'm not too worried about this. A lot of people thought the Jets would win this game. Zach Wilson beat them last year. I think it was Zach Wilson. The Jets beat them last year, if you don't recall. I think it was in New York as well. So that's 2 straight years that the Jets have beat the Bills. Like, if I'm the Bills, I'm not that worried. We turned the ball over 4 times. Our defense still played pretty good. Not great, but pretty good. I think there were some good signs with the defensive line of Buffalo in this game. Definitely some worries about the run defense. The run defense needs to be better. And one of my biggest worries about that is that Tremaine Edmonds, now in Chicago, that linebacker position outside of Matt Milano, who had another interception today and is one of the best linebackers in football. Without Edmonds, they're lacking at that linebacker position in the run D. Definitely. But he was also exposed in, was it Bernard? Was also exposed in coverage as well. So I'd be a little bit worried about that if I'm the Bills. I'd be worried about my offensive line. We already kind of knew that was going to be an issue against elite defensive lines. And the play calling and the scheme, still a little bit suspect to me with the Bills. Like, Brian Daboll had this thing at an A+ level, and since it's just been a B-. It's been too reliant on Josh Allen, too reliant on the Jimmies and the Joes, on Stephon Diggs, Dawson Knox, all these guys to make plays, and not enough freebies out here. Didn't feel like they had a great way to pick apart the Jets secondary. Not that that's easy, but there should be more ways of easy completions out there. Especially when you're playing a defense that the coverages they're going to play all the time. They play the same stuff over and over. So for me, like, Bills, some things that are concerning, but nothing that's unfixable. For the Jets, you just got to play phenomenal defense. You got to be able to run the ball. Hopefully you can protect the quarterback better moving forward. And I still think you can be a competent, competitive team with Zach Wilson, but I don't think you're really going anywhere if Zach Wilson is your guy for the rest of the year. And I think you guys know that as well. But for now, live in this epic moment and this epic win that you just had on Monday Night Football. The last thing I want to say about this Monday night game is when they went for it on 4th and 1. They went for it on 4th and 1 at the end of the game. This was a mistake in my opinion. So they go for it on 4th and 1 and they get the first down, which is cool. But then after that, they decide to be totally conservative and run the ball 3 straight times. And the Bills just stop them each time, call a couple timeouts, get the ball back, kick a field goal, tie the game, go to overtime. That game management was awful. Okay, what is the point of having a 4th and 1, going for the 4th and 1, getting the 4th and 1, and then playing it conservative to kick a field goal? Why didn't you just kick a field goal? Like, literally, I was like, after they got the 4th and 1, my dad was watching the game with me, and I was like, they're still going to kick a field goal because they're pansies. Like, why Why go for it if your plan is still to kick the field goal? Try to win the game right there. If your goal is we're going to get this first down, go for the touchdown. Try to win the freaking game. I understand, but like, you've got to trust Zach Wilson enough to at least like know when to throw the ball away or take a sack. Like, you can take a sack there. That's fine. Like, as long as he doesn't throw the ball into triple coverage, you're fine. You know what I mean? It's just stupid to me. So that was my one nitpick for the Jets at the end of the game in terms of the clock management. I didn't really understand that. All right. Shout out to everybody in the chat, by the way. Appreciate everybody that's tuning in. If you haven't already, Gronk spiked the like button, subscribe, and They Call Me Dirt says to run time off. It still didn't matter because they ended up getting a field goal anyways. So Josh Allen still had enough time to go down the field and kick a field goal to tie the game, which is kind of my whole point. If you want to win the game, go win the game. If you don't, then just kick the field goal on 4th and 1. What if you don't get the 4th and 1? You risk losing the game, right? So that's just me, personally. Shout out to Michelle, Dakota, Sports Today, Jordan, Big Al, Marcus, Kid, K, John, Josh, Edgar, Dakota, Alex. What's up, guys? Gotti, what's going on? Caesar, what's going on? Ryan, what's going on, guys? Okay, let's continue. Next up, the Dallas Cowboys on Sunday Night Football. By the way, how stupid was the NFL to schedule 2 games in the same stadium on Sunday and Monday Night Football? I don't know. It's just me, but I feel like that's kind of lame. Like, why would you do that? I honestly think that had an impact on Aaron Rodgers' injury. Call me crazy, but what if the turf just was that bad? Why would you have a game on Sunday night and then have a game on Monday night? I don't know. Feels weird. Weird, but whatever. Dallas Cowboys. Okay. The Dallas Cowboys and the New York Giants are who we thought they were. The Dallas Cowboys, a team I've been saying all offseason. They're stacked. They're absolutely loaded. Nobody wants to say, hey, Mitch, you know what about the Dallas Cowboys? You were actually right. See? Notice how nobody has said that yet. Notice how nobody has commented that I was right about the Dallas Cowboys. Because I'm right about the Dallas Cowboys, and I'm going to continue to be right about the Dallas Cowboys. They're freaking loaded. They're going to be the best team in this division this year, the NFC East. I don't care about all the Eagles fans in my chat right now. They know it in their souls, in their gut, deep down. They know the Dallas Cowboys are better than the Philadelphia Eagles. If you watched the Dallas Cowboys last night, that was one of the most ridiculously one-sided performances I have ever seen in my life. That was insane. The Cowboys defense absolutely obliterated Daniel Jones, a playoff team, guys. The New York Giants were a playoff team last year. The Dallas Cowboys beat the Giants 40-0. 40-0. Not a single point scored. The Dallas Cowboys defense, their defense is unfair. They have the best pass rush in football and the best secondary in football, arguably. Stephon Gilmore still looking at his peak, getting a pick, shutting people out. Trayvon Diggs smacking people like Ronnie Lott. And then you've got a beast, Micah Parsons, who's like a glitch. Have you ever seen a defensive end that gets by a blocker and then accelerates to the quarterback faster than Micah Parsons? It's actually insane how fast he gets to the quarterback. Like, I don't understand it. Micah Parsons is like there, like bam, he's there. He's got the quarterback. Dorrance Armstrong, stud. DeMarcus Lawrence, dog. This defense is ridiculous, okay? The Dallas Cowboys defense is going to kill the Jets next week, and I feel bad for the Jets. And then the offense, okay? They didn't have to do a single thing. But what I liked about it, I liked the usage of the different weapons in the running game. I liked how Turpin was involved in the running game. Tony Pollard looks the part. You know, they got different running backs involved. Brandon Cook stepped up when he needed to. CeeDee Lamb. They just have that. I like that addition of that number 2 receiver in Brandon Cooks to take some pressure off CD in those moments. Ferguson looks a little suspect to me at tight end. I don't think he looked great. The offensive line looked the part. They were dominant in the running game. They protected Dak. Dak really just managed the game. He didn't turn the ball over. He didn't have to really do anything special. But every time that they needed to have a drive, they did. They pretty much dominated the time of possession. I mean, Cowboys offense, I don't think is going to be like top 5 elite. It's going to be somewhere around 10, 12, somewhere around there. But man, like, the defense is so good. The offense just needs to take care of the ball, make plays in key situations, and that's pretty much it. They don't have to do anything special. So, the Cowboys are who we thought they were. Dominant team in all phases. Nearly 0 holes on the roster. 0 holes on the team. Give Mike McCarthy credit. He just dominated the coach of the year in Brian Daboll. The offensive play calling. I thought Kellen Moore was this genius. Didn't need him. New York Giants are also who we thought they were. What do I mean by that? The New York Giants can only beat shit teams. That's who I thought they were. The New York Giants are really a fraud. Okay? They're a fraud. Because last year they play a good team and the Eagles, they get their asses kicked. This year they play the Cowboys, a good team, they get their asses kicked. Their offensive line couldn't block Dakota Storms. Okay? Couldn't block Jordan Hunter. I mean, it's just ridiculous. Evan Neal, I'm sorry. I thought he was going to be good. That's my bad. I'll take onus on that one. Even though I didn't make the pick, he sucks. Okay? He's terrible. I can't with him anymore. Bench his ass. The offensive line stinks. Darren Waller, he was actually their best player. I'm shocked he made it through a game without a hamstring pull. But man, he's their best guy. I thought Paris Campbell was the next coming of Jerry Rice when the Giants got him, when everyone was hyping him up. He got 2 yards. Daniel Jones, I felt bad for him. They couldn't block anyone. Like, there's people that are like calling out Daniel Jones for this game. I don't know what you're supposed to do. They couldn't block anyone. They couldn't block. Like, what are they supposed to do? What is he supposed to do out there? I mean, I thought, like, it was just embarrassing to me. That performance was embarrassing. It was downright disgusting. Brian Daboll wasn't prepared for the pass rush once again. They got dominated by the Eagles pass rush in the playoffs. Dominated by the Cowboys pass rush all season last year. Dominated once again. No plan for it. No preparation. Defense looked like ass. Couldn't make a stop. Can't rush the passer. Still looked terrible. Like, Giants are who we thought they were. They're just an average team. Their coaching can get them by when they play a bad team. They can win those games close. But whenever they play a good team, just run to your bookie, run to your sports book, use the promo code BLV, and say, sir, this is a good team. They're playing the Giants. I will take the good team minus. I don't care what the points are. Give me the good team. The Giants are bad. I'm I can't. That game totally destroyed my faith in the New York Giants. Horrible. I couldn't believe how the team at home just gave up after the blocked kick. It looked like they just gave up. But seriously, though, the Cowboys' defense is insane. I can't even say anything more. They're the best defense. But then you also got to say, are the Niners the best defense in the league? Because the San Francisco 49ers are pretty damn good, if you ask me. The 49ers looked unbelievable. I thought this game was going to be close. I'm an idiot. Now, did I pick the 49ers unlike apparently every gambling expert in the world? And I understand people can be wrong sometimes. Bro, I'm telling you right now, every guy that calls themselves a sharp was on the Steelers. Not me, because in my rule book, hold on, let me see if I got it here. In my rule book, rule number 3, don't bet against Kyle Shanahan. All right, we got it. Got the rule. Don't do it. So, all offseason, I saw these charts. There's these charts. Hold on one second. Let me get this. Let me see if I can find one here. This is real-time research right here, guys. This is real time. Hold on. We are live. We are live on the Bottom Line View. Okay. Right here. All right, so I'm on PFF. I just searched coaching rankings. Okay, you guys tell me where there's a mistake. Okay, hold on. Tell me where there's a mistake. All right. So at number 1, we have Andy Reid. Okay, fair enough. Andy Reid's great. He won the Super Bowl. Fantastic. Give him a round of applause. Although he got outcoached by Dan Campbell. Okay, that's great. Number 2, we got Bill Belichick. All right, that's great. Bill Belichick has like 100 Super Bowl rings, and he definitely outcoached his opponent this week. So we give Bill Belichick a round of applause. All right. Now we got number 3. Oh, we have Mike Tomlin. Okay. All right. What does it say? Tomlin has not had recent postseason success. He hasn't won a playoff game since 2016. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, who's number 4 though? Oh. So, Kyle Shanahan's number 4. Hold on, what was the score this week? I think I see Kyle Shanahan's number 4. Okay. I don't know why. Mike Tomlin's number 3. Oh. That doesn't make a lot of sense. What was the score? Oh, that was the score? Okay. 30-7? Oh my God. So it looks like Mike Tomlin got out-coached a little bit here. So Mike Tomlin, the king of week 1, everyone's betting him the underdog, gets his ass kicked. Got out-schemed, got out-coached, got out-prepared, and yet zero credit. No credit. Zero credit. Zero credit for Kyle Shanahan. That being said, Brock Purdy is the real deal. Can we stop with these stupid San Francisco fans on Twitter? I cannot. The San Francisco 49er fans are probably the worst fans I have ever seen. These people that are like, bro, I have never seen a fan base tweet. Brock Purdy is like great in this game. Okay, he's making plays outside the pocket. He's putting the ball where he needs to. He's in the pocket. He's scrambling around. He's making plays left and right. He's throwing to Ayuk. He's making people miss. He's doing this and that. I mean, perfect game by Brock Purdy. Doesn't make a mistake. He's accurate. He's in rhythm. He shows composure. This freaking fan base has the balls to tweet about how Brock Purdy is mid, how Trey Lance is better, how he's a check down Charlie. Like, give me a break. Like, what does Brock Purdy have to do? Save the children? Cure cancer? What does this guy have to do? I mean, Brock Purdy has it. If you don't see that he has it, an I and a T, I don't know what to tell you. I really don't know what to tell you. Brock Purdy's going to lead this team far this year. This is a great team. Their O-line, I think that is the most impressive thing. The offensive line in the first half bullied the Pittsburgh Steelers. The Pittsburgh Steelers, the bully themselves, at home, terrible towels, got bullied. CMC was running for yards like easy, like no problem. First half, Steelers had to adjust. That opened up the passing game. All of a sudden, we got Jerry Rice Jr. out there, Brandon Ayuk, routing up Pat Pete, who said he was going to get a pick this game. That didn't happen. Then we had Christian McCaffrey put the whole defense in a spin cycle on a 60-yard touchdown. This was complete domination from the jump. From the jump. They beat their ass in the run game. They out-schemed them in the passing game. Brock Purdy should have been the first-round pick, not Kenny Pickett. Pickett looked out of sorts. He looked panicked. He looked inaccurate. He was terrible. The defense for the Niners, all I heard all week, I swear to you, I'm not making this up. All I heard all week was that the Steelers defense is the greatest defense we've ever seen in our lives. They're the 85 Bears. This is the 76 Steelers. This is the defense, okay? The 49ers defense is the defense. All right, they were flying around. Fred Warner might be the best player in the NFL other than Tyreek Hill. He was unbelievable. Unbelievable in this game. Nick Bosa back, plays like 90% of the snaps, doesn't even hit the weights, doesn't even take a snap in training camp. He just rolled out of bed, played 90% of the snaps. Drake Jackson has 3 sacks. He didn't even play last year. This defense just keeps getting these dudes going. Just rolling. I think the 49ers are the best team in football after week 1. I thought that before the season. I think that now. They're the best team in the NFL. They're the most complete team. And the reason I say that, although I love the Cowboys, I think the Niners' offense is more consistent. I just think their scheme is better. I think they're more consistent on offense than Dallas. Dallas, they can prove me wrong. I'm going to be going to that game, 49ers and Cowboys. But I got to go with the Niners right now, man. And please switch your damn head coaching rankings. If you have Mike Tomlin over Kyle Shanahan, reevaluate your life, okay? Next. What do we got? What are we going to talk about? Let's talk about, what do we got next? I want to talk about this. Okay. Let's talk about the Mid Bowl. And if you're asking Mitch, what's the Mid Bowl? Well, there was a game that happened this week, and it was the New Orleans Saints taking on the Tennessee Titans in what, quite frankly, might be the most mid game you have ever seen in your life. You've got Ryan Tannehill taking on Derek Carr and seeing on who can make worse throws in the red zone. It was a very compelling contest. Which quarterback could throw a worse football inside the 20-yard line? You also had 2 defenses that completely dominated the opposing offense. The Tennessee Titans defensive line whooped the Saints offensive line up and down the field. My boy Arden Key led the NFL in pressures with 8 pressures this week. I told you Arden Key was good. Then we've got, I think, 7 pressures from Danico Autry. The Saints O-line is trash. But if there's a worse O-line in football, it is named the Tennessee Titans. They couldn't even block Jordan Hunter. And then you're talking about the Saints. Okay, there's a couple things that drove me nuts on this one. All right, first of all, Derek Carr. Okay, we've got Saints fans. Oh my God. Oh, you should have seen him. He made these great passes. I don't want to hear it with this Derek Carr. He made 2 good passes on the first drive. And then what does he do? He throws the ball on 3rd down in the red zone at the dirt. Bam, throws it at the dirt. And then later in the game, the Saints block a punt. That leads to some points. They block a punt, okay? Great for them. Then the Titans literally score a touchdown, but the refs don't care. Guys, I don't know if you've seen this. Search up Saints and Titans highlights. Watch the highlights to the game, okay? I'm dead serious. The Titans scored a touchdown in this game and it didn't even count. Bro, go watch the game on the highlights. The Titans stripped the football from Derek Carr. It's a clear as day fumble. I mean, it's clear. There's no tuck rule here. Derek Carr would know what the tuck rule is. He played for the Raiders. There's no tuck rule. The ball is batted out of his hands, and it's returned for a touchdown by Kevin Byard. The ref blows it dead, and then he proceeds to do the absolutely most dumbest thing I've ever seen. He says it's incomplete. And then we review the play, and they still call it incomplete, despite it being a clear as day fumble. I mean, I might have to show you guys this play. I'm probably going to get copyrighted, but this was, quite frankly, the worst thing I saw all week. This was the worst call I saw. Like, it was insane how bad this call was. I'm going to try and find this. Okay, hold on a second. This was so bad. Bro. Okay, here it is. Look at this play. Look at this play.
Arm started forward with control.
Okay. Look at this. Look at this play.
Pass, 4th down.
Reason why you don't blow it dead.
How's that not a fumble?
He hit that ball before it was going
forward.
Bro!
And then, look at this. We're going to go back. Okay. Okay, first of all, 3rd down and 10. Oh, what is it? What is it, guys? What is it? It's the red zone. Derek Carr in the red zone. Oh my gosh, I've never seen this before. And then gets stripped. It's a fumble. And then Kevin Byard brings it back for a touchdown. And they don't even care. Bro, this is a touchdown. The game should be 13-3.
Of the quarterback Carr.
It's a touchdown. What are you doing?
Incomplete pass, 4th down.
Sir, it's not incomplete.
Oh, it was.
That's a fumble.
He hit that ball before.
Am I on drugs?
But Ross, even if they
this is a touchdown. That's Arden Key. You took his money.
Yes, and there was room down that
you took food off of Arden Key's plate.
Clear recovery. After further review, the ruling on the field.
Look at this.
Incomplete pass stands as called.
He's got to feed his family too.
And his first challenge of the game.
Wow.
I did look. How? Like what? Anyways, Carr threw a terrible pick later in the game to right to Amani Hooker. The Titans wide receivers can't get open to save their damn lives. Their defense is really good. The Saints defense is still good. Although I would say that I think the Titans is more real because they had to actually face a half-competent receiving core and offensive line and quarterback and actual, like, system. The Titans' offense, I'm very much worried about. Like, their offensive line is terrible, but the Saints' secondary, still really good. Cameron Jordan still looked great, in my opinion. Werner looked good. Davis looked unreal. Marshawn Lattimore had a great game. Shaheed had a great game on offense. Olave had a pretty good game. Overall, man, Titans got absolutely screwed with that call, but I think that was the mid-bowl. The mid-bowl for a reason. Breaking news from Isaac. Says that Aaron Rodgers is believed to have an Achilles injury. MRI tomorrow per Ian Rappaport. Thank you so much for Isaac. Sorry, how do I pronounce your name? Is it Malia? Malaya? She says, Mitch, don't get too excited, even though she says exited. I'm not exiting anywhere. And then she says, it's only the first game. All good. I'm here. We're good. I did not curse Vrabel, Jordan. I did not. All right. Don't you ever put that on me. Okay. We're continuing here. We've got the Browns. We've got to talk about the Browns. If you thought I was going to get out of here without talking about the Browns, we got a few more topics to talk about for sure. But we got to talk about the Browns. The Browns absolutely bullied the Bengals. And quite frankly, after that performance, Jordan, I have to call them the Bungles. The Cincinnati Bungles transformed and performed an absolute disgusting performance in Cleveland in week number 1. Joe Burrow had 82 yards. 82 yards. He was 14 for 31 in the game. 82 yards, guys. I understand it was raining, but 82, you can't even get 100 yards, Joe? You just got paid more money than anyone in the sport, and you can't even put up 100 yards. What is it? The little hands? The new stupid haircut? What is it, bro? Huh? Are you hurt? What is it? The Bengals are embarrassed. They embarrassed everybody out there. I knew the Browns were going to win. Everybody, in fact, that had half a brain knew the Browns were going to win. I've never seen a team get 2.5 points, yet everybody was picking them to win the game. I don't think I heard a single person pick the Bengals. I don't think I heard a single person. And despite that, the Browns were still underdogs at home versus a team they beat 5 straight times at home. And this is the best Browns team we've seen in a long time. Deshaun Watson, as much as I don't want to give this guy any praise, Deshaun Watson outplayed Burrow by a mile. And Deshaun Watson didn't play great. Don't get me wrong. But man, he made some throws in this game. Did he miss some throws? Absolutely. He made some throws. He made some nice runs. He ran for a touchdown. Okay. I think he turned it over once. It was a tipped pick, if I'm not mistaken. But the real story to me is the Browns defense. We knew that Nick Chubb was going to be Nick Chubb. They were going to run all over the Bengals, right? The rain definitely was a factor here in the outcome, in the low score. But the defense of Cleveland was superb. I mean, just spectacular. Like, Myles Garrett put on a show. Love what Jim Schwartz was doing. We really got to see Myles Garrett and the Browns defense for the first time with a real defensive coordinator. Myles Garrett put on a show. He was rushing from inside linebacker, defensive end, defensive tackle. He was rushing on the guard. He was doing basketball moves in front of the center before he just whooped his ass and then got to the quarterback. We saw Zadarius Smith impact the game, I think, on the second play of the game. We saw Okonkwo get a sack. Dalvin Tomlinson was in the action. We saw the linebackers go to work. I thought Grant Delpit had a great game. I thought, man, Emerson had a phenomenal game. Denzel Ward had a great game. The Browns defense is legit, man. Legit unit. They were wrecking this game. Their defensive line wrecked this game. The Bengals couldn't run the ball. They couldn't throw the ball. Burrow couldn't get consistent time to set his feet. I mean, Browns, like you guys, Browns utterly dominated this game. This wasn't like last year where the Bengals just turned the ball over a bunch and they lost to the Steelers. This was dominant. This was embarrassing from the Bengals standpoint. Like, they did not show up. They did not, like, look like they were prepared and ready to play. Like, the Browns beat their ass. Like, it was bad. Like, it was bad. I thought Deshaun looked fast. His arm at times in the rain, there was a couple early where he threw it a bit short. But, I mean, that's expected in the rain. We'll see that later in the Patriots game as well. Jack Conklin did tear his ACL and MCL, the starting right tackle for the Browns. That's not good news. Hopefully they can recover. But it felt like after he left, they still had pretty good protection. They've got a deep offensive line. But I'm not trying to say all this and say that the Bengals are like toast or anything. That's not what I'm saying. Don't overreact. I think the Bengals will recover. I think this is more a statement of how good the Browns can be. I mean, the Browns have weapons all over the place. You know, Njoku at tight end, Elijah Moore, they were using him at running back in this game. Nick Chubb's Nick Chubb. You know, Amari Cooper barely did anything. I'm not trying to say the Bengals are bad. I'm just trying to say the Browns just whooped their butt. Like, it was impressive. The defense, impressive. The Browns could win this division. They could win this division. You know, we knew their ceiling. They could win this division, absolutely. Now, I do think the Bengals will recover. I'm not sure if it will be next week. They play, I think, on the road at Baltimore, I think. Or maybe they're at home. I'm not sure, but they play the Ravens. Okay, so that's going to be a tough game. The Ravens play them tough. So that's going to be a tough game. But Burrow, you've got to get your head out of that. I don't know if the headband is restricting blood access to your brain, but something's got to happen there, buddy. You got to get better than you were in this game. T. Higgins, 8 targets, 0 catches. 0. So I say, Joe Burrow, take the headband off because you need to be able to actually think. All right, so Browns bully the Bengals. Embarrassing performance by the Bengals. I can't even put more underlines under it. And the Browns' impressive win. Nick Chubb, beast. Nick Chubb is a beast. Okay, next, I want to talk about Matthew Stafford, brother. Matthew Stafford was dicing it against the Seattle Seahawks in Seattle. I wish I was there in person. I'm only 3 hours away from Seattle. Could have went. I knew a lot of people that went to this game. You know, I was pulling up my Instagram stories. I saw the stories everywhere. I wish I was in person to see the return of Matthew Stafford. My goodness, this was an absolute laser show by Matthew Stafford. If there was a quarterback performance that nobody was talking about on Sunday that everyone should be talking about, it's how Matthew Stafford jumped into a time machine and came out from 2011 and he was just throwing lasers. He was throwing lasers. Sidearms like city. No looks. Running, you know, he was running. This guy was scrambling for first downs. I haven't seen him run like that in like 10 years. Matthew Stafford looked like he was in his prime. And you couldn't even name the receivers he was throwing it to. Some guy named Puka Shell or something like that had like 100 catches in this game. Puka Nawuka Nachuka. I don't know what his name was. But this is just classic Matthew Stafford carrying an inferior roster to a win that nobody saw. This is classic Matthew Stafford. The Hatter's house knows. Matthew Stafford carried a team to a win that nobody saw. With nobody's on his team. Puka Nawuka. You got Tutu, a wide receiver named Tutu. And then you've got a defense. You could just make the names up. All right, just make the names up. I don't even know. But I will say this. If Stafford plays like this every week, they've got a shot versus a lot of teams. I thought the offensive line played very well. I think that the combination of running backs, Cam Akers and Williams are fascinating. If Cooper Kupp comes back to be Cooper Kupp, all of a sudden this offense could cook because they were rarely stopped in this game versus Seattle. And Seattle's defense, you got some issues. But we know this. Seattle's defense is ass to start every season. Like, they are bad every start of every season. They can't stop a nosebleed every season at the start. And then somehow Pete Carroll, he gets his magic wand out and he does his magic trick. And then all of a sudden, the Seahawks defense is competent by the end of the year. So give the Seahawks defense a bit of time. This was a really weird game too, because in the first half, the Seahawks were like shredding. Like Geno was throwing it like pinpoint accuracy outside the numbers to DK and Lockett, and everyone was getting a piece. Kenneth Walker, JSN, everyone was getting a piece of the action. And then all of a sudden, halftime hit, and the Seahawks just fell on their face. Okay, this game was wild, bro. Like, the Rams, unbelievable. This was the biggest shocker to me all week. The biggest shocker by far. Like, the game, I think it was 13-7 Seattle. And then the Seahawks blocked a kick. And they still lost. The Seahawks were up 13-7 before half. The Seahawks block a field goal. They go into halftime, I think up 6 or 7, something like that. And they still got slaughtered. They didn't just lose, they got slaughtered. It was like 30-13. All of a sudden, the Rams were rushing the quarterback. They were looking like the Cowboys out there. The Seahawks lost both their tackles. And then Lockett got hurt too. That's a big issue. Those three guys being out, huge issues. But man, the Seahawks put in one of the most disappointing performances. If it was not for the Cincinnati Bungles, yes, the Bungles, having their performance, the Seahawks would have been the most disappointing performance of the week. Stafford was dicing them up. They were getting out physicaled, outworked. Their O-line couldn't protect. Everyone was getting in on the party. Now back to the Rams for a little bit. I thought that Kendrick, the corner, played really well for the Rams. Watch out for him this season. Byron Young, I thought played really well. The rookie defensive lineman for the Rams. Kobe Turner got a sack. And this Puka guy, Puka Shell, the guy kept getting hit. That's what I respected about his game. Hit after hit after hit early on. He was getting killed. And he kept coming back and he kept making catches. The guy is tough. He's got some testicular fortitude. I'll give him that much. And then at the end of the game, DK Metcalf is an absolute idiot. He takes a stupid, unnecessary roughness. Just poor from Seattle. Like, Seattle, totally disappointing. I will say, should we be worried about the Seahawks? I would say a little bit. More than the Bengals. I would say a little bit. Seattle's offense was good for the first half, looked like crap in the second half. Maybe most of that was due to the tackle injuries, due to the pressure, but still. And then the defense looked terrible. They couldn't get a pass rush. They couldn't stop the run. They couldn't do anything right. Now, Pete Carroll will fix that up a little bit. It is a divisional game. It is week 1. It is Sean McVay owning Pete Carroll. We've seen it before. But it is a little worrisome. A little bit. Okay? Moving to the next game. We've got to talk about the Miami Dolphins. I am about to rant. All right? I am about to set the F off. Okay? The Miami Dolphins and the Los Angeles Chargers. Tua and Tyreek took down Justin Herbert. They took him down. I'm going to make a statement right now. I'm going to make a flat out statement. There's all these Miami fans. Isaac, fix the damn door, brother. There's these Charger fans that will just say, oh, we Chargered again. Oh, may feel bad for me. I'm not feeling bad for you. This is my statement for this game. Neither of these teams are that good. Both of these teams are overrated. Neither of these teams are as good as you think they are. Point blank, period. I don't think either of these teams are that good. First of all, okay, I don't know what to say other than, like, people want me to come on here and they want me to praise Tua. And it's just so, like, not the headline. Like, the headline, like, he's threw for 400 something yards. That's fantastic. Tyreek Hill had 1,000 yards in this game. We've seen that before. The headline of this damn game is the fact that Brandon Staley is a freaking idiot. Brandon Staley is the worst coach in the NFL. Period. What does Brandon Staley do? What does he do? I mean, like, what? Can someone explain to me what Brandon Staley does? Why does he still have a job? Why? He's terrible at managing the game. He doesn't know when to go for it and when not to go for it. And his defense, he's a defensive coach. He sucks. He can't do it. Guys, they're playing Tyreek Hill, okay? They're playing Tyreek Hill. Do we see this comment on my screen right now? They're playing Tyreek Hill. It's single coverage the whole game. The whole game. I mean, how long does it take to double team a guy that is literally named Cheetah? His name is the Cheetah. How long does it take? This is coaching 101. Don't let Tyreek Hill beat you. How do we lose? We let Tyreek Hill beat us. That's how we lose this game. And we let Tyreek Hill beat us every single time. Every single time the Miami Dolphins needed to play, you see Tua throwing the ball to Tyreek Hill. I mean, I could not make it up. Watch the highlights. Every single time. You can't let this guy beat you. You have to double him. You have to triple him. You have to quadruple him. You can't let him win the game. Let anyone else. Anyone. Braxton Berrios, Craycraft, Mostert, even Waddle. Let him win. Why is Tyreek Hill going for 200 yards? This should not happen in the NFL. Tyreek Hill's unbelievable. I've said many times he deserved 2 MVPs. He's the best player in football. He's the best receiver in football. All that stuff. I've said that many times. And as much as I like Justin Jefferson, I think you've got to give that crown back to Tyreek Hill, man. He ripped that crown right off Justin Jefferson's head and put it back on his head. Like, you can't let this guy do that. And it's not like they were scheming up screens and RPOs. Bro, this guy was running straight. Or he was just running across the field. I couldn't even tell you how many crossers I counted that got wide open. I mean, Tua's throwing to guys that are open by 10 yards. Like, these guys, Mike McDaniel, give him credit. Like, round of applause, Mike McDaniel. I don't know what drug you snorted, but man, that game plan was fantastic, brother. I don't know how much alcohol you consumed, but brother, that was a great game plan. Great game plan. My goodness. Everyone was wide open. There was one throw that Tua made that I thought was unreal. The throw to Braxton Berrios, I think it was on third down to the left sideline, was an unreal throw. There were a couple nice throws. I thought Tua played how Tua plays. He played in rhythm. He played fast. He's quick mentally. He gets the ball out, and he survived behind a bad offensive line. That I think's a bad offensive line. That being said, Joey Bosa, I didn't see all game. Khalil Mack, I didn't see all game. I don't know where they went. But other than the J.C. Jackson stupid interception where Tua just threw it up to him and he picked it off, Tua played good. He played very good. He did what he was asked to do. Okay, I give him credit for that. But this guy, Tyreek Hill's a cheat code. You can't let this guy beat you. And that's why I'm so excited for Sunday Night Football. Because everyone thinks Miami's the best offense in football. Now they watch the Bills. They think they're better than Buffalo. They think they're the best team in the AFC East. Meanwhile, their defense allowed 200 yards rushing to the Chargers. I don't remember the last time the Chargers rushed for 200 yards. I think it might have been 2007. Like, I think the last time the Chargers rushed for 200 yards, LaDainian Tomlinson was playing for the Chargers. Vic Fangio is supposed to be this genius. The Dolphins allowed 200 yards to the Chargers running game. Now, I thought if there's a good thing to take away from this game from the Chargers, other than the fact that your coach should be fired immediately and is an absolute imbecile, the other thing should be your O-line looked legit. Other than the blitzes. You gotta learn how to pick up a blitz, Kellen Moore. Okay, if anyone thinks Kellen Moore is great, just ask him, how do we pick a blitz up? Because I don't see it. Because they couldn't pick a blitz up in the fourth quarter at all. The offensive line couldn't pick a blitz up. But in the first three quarters, great performance. And they steamrolled the Miami Dolphins D-line. A defense last year that was better against the run than the pass. But here's the problem with Mr. Vic Fangio. He always has two safeties deep. So what does that mean? Well, we've got a light box every play. So the Chargers were just like, I'm going to give this to Austin Eckler. I'm going to give this to Josh Kelly, 5 yards a pop, 5 yards a pop, 5 yards a pop, 8 yards a pop, 50 yards, 5 yards, 4 yards, 3 yards, 7 yards, 8 yards. It was just clockwork. Brother, the Dolphins got to figure out how to stop the damn run. They looked like the Chargers out there. And then you've got a cornerback group. I mean, a little bit not great. Definitely missing Jalen Ramsey. I think the Miami defense looked very overrated. I'll also say this. The Dolphins should have won this game by way more than they won by. Because the Dolphins couldn't get a damn stop. Like, the Dolphins, if they could have just got a couple stops, they should have won this game by way more. Like, you look at the stats, Herbert had like 200 and something yards. The Dolphins shredded the Chargers. Shredded them. But because they couldn't stop the run, they made this game close. And then at the end, the Chargers, how many different, of course they Charger. The end of the half, J.C. Jackson takes a stupid ass penalty, sets the Dolphins up for a field goal. And then, I think that tied the game at 20 going into halftime. And then at the end of the game, 6 minutes left. The Chargers are up by a point with 6 minutes left. And they're in the red zone. They squander the opportunity. They only get a field goal, so they go up 4 instead of 8. You go up 8, you probably win the damn game. And then the Dolphins score a touchdown. Well, guess who? Tyreek freaking Hill, because we didn't double team him. And then, by the way, that's with 2 minutes left. We still not double teaming Tyreek Hill with 2 minutes left. How is this guy not fired? Anyways, you've got 1:45 left. You've got 2 timeouts. You've got Justin Herbert. You've got Keenan Allen. You've got Mike Williams. You've got Gerald Everett, Austin Eckler. What do you need here? And they don't get anything out of the drive. They get nothing. All they need is a field goal to win the game. They've been moving the ball all game. Kellen Moore's offense gets sacked twice. And I have to say this. Justin Herbert, you gotta win that game. You've got to win that game. 1:45 left. One of the highest paid quarterbacks in the league. 3 stud receivers. A stud running back. Your left tackle's back. Herbert chokes. Again. I don't want to hear it. Again. By the way, shout out to Braxton Berrios. He had a good game. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. I can't believe that Brandon Staley is still an NFL coach. I can't. I can't believe it. Okay, we're going to do a couple more before we get to the Patriots. Patriots are going to be last because I don't know where I'm going to go with that one. We're going to go to this one. A lovely debut in Chicago. Jordan Love beats Justin Fields. I hate to say I told ya. But really, I love to say I told ya. Jordan Love to say I told ya. Because Jordan Love came out and he was slinging the rock. 3 tutties. No Christian Watson. No freak show. And the Packers still whooped the Bears' ass. Aaron Jones, beast, animal. Aaron Jones took over this game. The O-line of the Packers. This looks like a playoff team, guys. The Packers look like a playoff team to me. A lovely debut. They ran the rock. They protected Jordan Love. They made life easy on him. He made some nice throws. He missed some throws as well, not gonna lie. All right. But what I love about Jordan Love, he was so composed. He was so effortless. He was so just confident. Just that stature in the pocket. Just that ability to just stand there I'm cool, make the scramble when I need to, subtly move when I need to, flick it. Confidence. Just easy confidence. That's what I liked about Jordan Love in this game. Right? Nothing amazing statistically. Didn't make a critical mistake. All that stuff. But man, Jordan Love, baby. And then we've got to talk about Justin Fields. I told you guys. The Bears' defense is ass. I told you their defense sucks. They've got no pass rush. Their O-line still sucks. Justin Fields, all their fans are going to look at the box score and they're going to say, oh, look at how he did in the fourth quarter. They were losing 30-14 because they can't throw the ball. They can't throw the ball. He fumbles the ball again. Told ya. Again. And then you watch the guy in the pocket. He can't move in the pocket. He looks like a robot. He's so clunky. His release takes longer than Jake to get to my live stream. I mean, it's ridiculous how long this guy's release takes. Claypool is just a bum. I don't know why he's in the NFL. He is horrific. Horrific. Jordan Love, lovely debut. Justin Fields, I feel bad. You know what? I feels bad for Bears fans that believed in Fields. I'm sorry. I told you. I tried to tell you. I didn't make one. I didn't make two. I didn't make three. I made like 8 videos about the same thing. And yet Bears fans come out and they say, Mitch, you're wrong. Mitch, you're an idiot. Who's this hater? This guy hates the Bears. Can I ask you a question? Why in the blue hell would I hate the Bears? Why? The Bears suck. They've never done anything to me. I'm a Patriots fan. Why do I care about the Bears? Come on. Because they beat us on Monday night last year? Who freaking cares? Okay? I don't hate the Giants. And the Giants made me cry twice. Okay? Like, fuck. Why do I care? Alright? Anyways, let's continue. Let's move on to the next game. Great job by Jordan Love. Packers are legit. And the last thing I forgot to say, Packers defense looks good. The front seven is legit. Quay Walker, stud. Devontae Wyatt had a very good game. Rashawn Gary. Lucas Van Ness made a really nice play in the open field against Fields against the run. All that stuff, all right? I already talked about the Giants and how much they suck, Daniel. So you can go back to that if you like. Let's talk about the Raiders. This is the last thing I'm going to talk about before I get to the Patriots. If anyone has any questions about games that I haven't talked about, let me know. These are all the games that I was able to watch. So some of the games I wasn't able to watch back. The Ravens, the Texans, the Cardinals, the Commanders, the Falcons and Panthers, the Bucks and the Vikings. Although I saw some of the Bucks and the Vikings, so if you have a question about that, let me know. I saw the highlights of some of these games, but not the full game. So I don't really want to talk about it if I didn't see the whole game. But anyways, Caesar, thank you for the super chat. By the way, there it is. Mr. Caesar. Thank you guys all for staying up right now. We still got 60 viewers, which is awesome. All right. The Raiders. The Raiders, baby. The Raiders. Yeah, I feel like I've been saying I told you so a lot in this video. And I feel like an arrogant ass. But I told you again. The Raiders, man. The Raiders. And first and foremost, shout out to Jimmy Garoppolo. The porn star Dayton. Handsome. Son of a gun. Winner. Jimmy G. Jimmy G made some clutch plays in this game that Derek Carr did not make last year. And that's why you get rid of Derek Carr and you bring in Jimmy Garoppolo. Because Jimmy Garoppolo is a winner. Jimmy G, 4th down. For our game on the line, 3rd down and 7. Jimmy G, pressure around him, escapes, runs, gets the 1st down, clinches it, down 6, 4th quarter, goes down the field, throw, complete, Jimmy G, dot, Jacoby Myers, touchdown, Jacoby Myers, not 1, 2 touchdowns, Jacoby Myers got concussed, but I hope he's okay. He played phenomenal in that game. Jacoby Myers with Devontae Adams is going to be a problem. Those guys are going to be a problem. Jacoby Myers has actually, believe it or not, never been a number 2 in his NFL career. So he's going to look a lot better as a number 2 than a number 1. The Raiders were my best bet this week. They came through. And their defense played good, I thought, in this game. I thought their defense looked a lot better. Like, they didn't give up a lot of big plays. They kept everything in front of them. The pass rush played all right. I thought the run defense was pretty solid in this game. And that was even with, like, a Russell Wilson that I thought Russell Wilson played pretty good in this game. Like, I actually thought Russell Wilson looked decent. He was making some throws out of the pocket. His arm was still kind of popping. He made 2 different touchdown throws that were both scrambling away from pressure and throwing on the move. I actually thought, I don't know what you guys thought, I thought Russell Wilson actually played pretty good at home in his first game under Sean Payton. Sean Payton actually tried a surprise onside kick on the first play of the game. It didn't work because a player illegally touched it. But that is like such a Sean Payton, like, arrogant move, but also like great move, like a funny move. The Raiders, after they got that ball, they went for it on 4th and 1. They converted that early in the game. First drive of the game, Jimmy G, clutch. Like, these moments matter, right? 3rd and 7, runs for a first down. Runs for a first down on the first drive of the game, then throws a touchdown in the red zone. Once the Raiders got to the red zone, they threw touchdowns. They got touchdowns. That's something they weren't doing last year. All right? What else did I like? I thought Spillane played a good game for the Raiders. I thought the Raiders' corners looked a lot better than last year. Will Lutz missed a key field goal. I will say that. There was a big play in this game where Russ hit Philip Dorsett for a long completion, but Philip Dorsett's foot was out of bounds. That was a critical play because I think it ended up being a drive saver for the Raiders. What else? Jimmy did throw a stupid pick in the end zone. I will say that. But he did redeem himself later on. And the Raiders defense actually stepped up in the end and won them the game, which is something I don't think they did all last season. So, hey, Raiders were a team. This is what I told you guys. The Raiders were a team last year. They lost a lot of one-score games. So far, they're 1-0 in one-score games. They lost I want to say 9 one-score games last year. And it was something like that. And a lot of them were leads, too. They blew a lot of leads. And in this game, they won a one-score game because their defense played better and their quarterback made plays when they needed to. So, congratulations to the Raiders. 1-0. And the last topic. The New England Patriots. I'm proud of the Patriots' performance versus the Philadelphia Eagles. And I really thought the Philadelphia Eagles absolutely positively escaped versus the New England Patriots. They win the game because a 6th-round rookie receiver doesn't know that in the NFL, you have to put 2 feet in bounds when you catch the ball. He did that not once, but twice. Kayshon Boutte. Figure it out, brother. Figure it out. You got a promising career, but you got to understand that 2 feet have to be in bounds. If he has 2 feet, the Patriots win that game. 100%. 100% with Tom Brady in the building. The only reason the Patriots lost this game is because of turnovers and self-inflicted plays. They have a pick 6. Mac Jones throws, in my opinion, a ball that was too fast. And what I mean by that is he went through the read too fast. Bourne barely broke off of his route, and Mac threw it, and it was high for Bourne. If you're going to throw it there, you got to throw it short. All right? You got to throw it underneath, low, and then Bourne can go get it, or it hits the ground, right? Or it hits the ground. So, for me, That play that hits Bourne in the hands, intercepted, is more on Mac than Bourne. That's a pick six by Darius Slay. Game 7-0. Or 10-0. 10-0, because the Eagles go down, they score a field goal, and then the Eagles score a touchdown. And then Zeke, on the very next play, fumbles the ball in the red zone. And the Eagles score another touchdown, which makes it 16-0 because the guy missed the extra point. 16-0, right like that. Didn't even warm up. Didn't even get and say hello to the Brady fam yet. Just like that, 16-0. And then right after that, for the rest of the game, the Patriots beat the Eagles' asses. So bad that I thought they were actually going to win the game. And think about this for a second. This was with our backup guards. The Patriots had 2 backup guards in the game. They had 2, not just backup guards, rookie guards. This is City Sow and Mafi. Both rookie guards playing against the best D-line in the NFL, according to everybody. And a D-line that last year had 70 sacks. 70. Mac Jones threw for 300 plus yards. And was it 3 touchdowns? In the rain against a defense that had 70 sacks. Mac Jones played very well in this game outside of the interception. Very good game. He managed the pocket really well. This was probably the best pocket movement we've seen from Mac Jones in his career. He managed the pressure better than I've ever seen him manage pressure. He was pressured a lot, especially up the middle, and he was able to navigate that pressure really, really well. He was accurate with the football. He made mostly good decisions. And this is not like he's playing in an offense like Tua, where everyone's wide open, right? Like everyone's pretty much contested. He made some beautiful throws. The one to Kendrick Bourne for the touchdown was beautiful. The other one to Kendrick Bourne was beautiful. Hunter Henry made an amazing grab on a 4th down to extend a drive. He made a number of nice throws in this game, mostly under duress. There was one that ended up being incomplete to Bourne, where he got nailed and hammered, and he threw a crosser, a deep in route about 20 yards down the field, right in the hands of Kendrick Bourne, and he dropped it. There was like 5 or 6 drops. Nobody talked about that because it's not Patrick Mahomes. But, you know, there was like 5 or 6 drops in the rain in this game. Yeah, I thought Mac played a really good game. A really good start to being in a new system under Bill O'Brien without Devontae Parker, missing both of your guards, your best offensive lineman, Michael Onwenu. Calvin Anderson didn't even have a training camp. He was playing right tackle. So, like, the Patriots coaching staff, I give them a lot of credit because I thought they definitely outcoached the Eagles in this game. And that was a breath of fresh air because of how many times we were outcoached last year and how bad our offensive coaching was last season. Our offensive coaching last year was so bad. It was a breath of fresh air to watch a professional offense go to work, actually play, you know, competent football. I thought Bill O'Brien had a number of nice play calls. I think he leaned into Zeke too much. I think he leaned into the screen game a little bit too much, especially on that 3rd down near the end of the game. I don't think they should have called a screen there. I think they should have definitely thrown it instead, just traditional drop back pass. Mac Jones threw it 50 plus times in this game. That's not the formula the Patriots want to have, especially behind an offensive line that's beat up. And, you know, still able to almost win this game. I thought the Patriots defense, they played to their billing, right? Everyone, I wouldn't say everybody, but Patriots fans know how good this defense is. One of the best front sevens in football. Jalen Hurts was under duress quite often in this game. There was also moments where he had a lot of time and the coverage came through and made plays, right? Christian Gonzalez, the rookie corner, had some really good moments. He let up a couple catches here and there, but nothing too substantial. Broke up a huge 4th down later in the game that got the Patriots the ball back. Jonathan Jones only allowed 1 catch in the game. I thought Jabril Peppers played phenomenal, forced a key fumble on Jalen Hurts. I think the Patriots coaching on defense was great. They funneled Jalen Hurts out of the pocket. They blitzed him when they needed to blitz him. They sat back and played zone when they needed to play zone. They kept Jalen Hurts on his toes. This was a healthy Eagles offense. Yes, with a new play caller for the first time this year, but man, they played really, really well. And yes, the rain helped, but this defense played unreal. Like, that offense wasn't stopped at all last year. Like, not at all. I think there was maybe one game they were stopped. That was the Colts game. Other than that, this offense in the Eagles was like a well-oiled machine. They did not slow down at all last year. Even the Super Bowl, they were dominant. So, credit the Patriots, coaching staff, their players. I thought Barmore looked fantastic. I thought Keon White looked great. The safeties, Duggar was kind of quiet, but I think in a good way. Uche played great. Judon played obviously great. We saw Hunter Henry. We saw Kendrick Bourne show up. Can't wait to see Devontae Parker in the offense. I think he was definitely missing. If he was in Kayshon Boutte's spot, I think he would have made those plays, and they maybe win this game. So, looking forward to a promising Patriot season, man. I thought they played a really promising game. They gave themselves, the short end of the stick early. They had to come back. They fought back. They went through some stuff, and they showed a lot of heart and a lot of spirit, and that was great. I'm looking forward to week 2. I think a lot of people are going to think the Miami Dolphins are going to come into Gillette and win this game. I think New England is going to show different. I think their defense is going to give Tua a lot of issues. And I think the Patriots offense looks a lot better than a lot of people would have thought. So, we also need to get more out of Stevenson. I know he was sick this past week, but he's got to be more of a superstar for this team to be successful. But overall, I think the Patriots can be a playoff team. From what I saw, they can go toe-to-toe with the Eagles. They can go toe-to-toe with a lot of teams. So, Patriots played really, really well, and I'm looking forward to a great year of streams with them and a great year of success, hopefully. Going to be a big game on Sunday night. But that is my Week 1 review, guys. My Week 1 recap, my Week 1 review. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, Gronk spike the like button. With all of you here still, thank you so much for tuning into this recap. I will be live on the Bleacher Report app at 12 p.m. Eastern Time tomorrow. So that is 12 noon tomorrow. I will be live on the BR app, the Bleacher Report app. So make sure to check that out, guys. I would love to see you support over there. I'm not quite sure if I'm allowed to save that and post it on my channel. I don't think I'm allowed. So if you want to see what I'm talking about, it's definitely going to be NFL based. I haven't actually found out exactly what it's going to be, whether it's Monday Night Football or it's NFL or it's some sort of rankings video. I'll post the link early in the day so you guys can check it out. I will tweet it out as well. And a lot of content coming. Power rankings I'll probably be making tomorrow as well. So make sure to check that out. The BR app. Check that out, guys. Gronk spike the like button. Subscribe if you haven't. Excited for week 2. A great week 1. And enjoy the rest of the week. We got NFL picks, best bets, all that stuff coming out this week. Peace, guys.